we take hostages, not intentionally. I really didn't get into drinking until I got into some other substances. Those were the crack cocaine years. I was definitely the poster child for it. You know, the first hit was it for me. And I used alcohol to come down off of that. I've been self-medicating for a long time. You know, I was still going to work and still living, you know, okay. And still people looked to me for advice. I had a really bad binge and had sworn off alcohol. And I told my mom, you know, this is the last time I'm going to drink. And I think I went maybe like 3 weeks. My dad had been sick for quite some time. And I just didn't want to have to figure out if I would be sober when I got the call. I mean, I just knew I couldn't do it by myself. I had to pray and really, really beg for help because I didn't want to not get through it in a way that would honor him and his just legacy of being just an amazing, amazing person. Some very close friends of my parents invited me into their home. One of them was a retired psychiatrist, and his wife had been holistic before holistic became cool. I had been to previous rehabs in the past, all very similar in their approach, and everything that I got in Leucadia was nothing that I'd gotten from the previous ones. It was a very spiritual experience.
You hear the seagulls, you hear the waves crashing on the shore. You feel the warm sand between your toes.
We did just a lot of more individual reflective work. The way I detoxed was on a raw diet, cleansing my thoughts and my mind, and it was just so interesting to see that everything in me was connected. I never even thought about drinking when I was there, but the goal wasn't for me to just stay there and be sober. The goal was for me to live on my own and be sober. I literally would not have believed if someone said, this is going to be 2015, and you know what, you're not going to drink through any of it. And so it just feels like I should be talking about it. And I want to make sure that I tell it while the story is happening. I don't want to write the book 10 years from now so that they could see me, they could feel me, they could hear me, and hopefully connect with, you know, with my struggles. I don't think it's for everyone. You have to be willing to go on a spiritual journey, not necessarily a religious journey. You have to be willing to heal yourself. Hampton House is a sober living home that I want to open that models the gift that I was given. I want to duplicate every single detail of that experience for a sober living home. What would make me really feel accomplished, number one, is if people say, I read your blog and I thought that I was the only one that was going through this, or I thought that I was the only one that was going through that, and I didn't think that I could go through this and not drink. I also hope that it's interesting, that it's engaging, that maybe it's familiar, and that it kind of gives people the idea that, you know, that they can do it, that they can do it.